So now, under specialized accounting, we are going to see how to calculate the value of shares. Here it is basically on the valuation of shares. Now, what do you mean by valuation of shares? It is a process of knowing the value of a company's share, and the quantitative techniques and share value will vary depending on the market conditions. So, valuation of share is basically to find out what is the share value of a share of a company. Now, why do you need to value shares? There are certain requirements when you have to value shares. One of the most important reason is when you're going to sell your business and you want to know what is your business value. Second is when you're applying for a bank loan based on shares as a security. Third is in the case of merger, acquisition, amalgamation, etc. You need to know the valuation of shares. Then, when your company shares are to be converted from preference to equity, that time too you need to know what is the value of shares. It is required when implementing employee stock ownership plan. Again, for tax assessment under wealth tax or gift tax, in case of any litigation where the valuation is legally required. Again, shares held by an investment company, and in case of compensation for shareholders when the company is nationalized. So, these are the different times when we need to value shares. Now, what are the factors? Let's just move through the factors. There are certain factors which affect the valuation of share. The first and the most important factor is the demand and supply. If the demand of the share is high, definitely the value price will go high. And next is the bank rate. In case of lower bank rate, the demand for funds would be higher and the demand for securities would be high. Whereas in the case of higher bank rate, the demand of funds will be low, and therefore the for securities, demand for securities will also be low. Again, the market players are also one of the most important factor which determines the value of share. Also, the dividend that is being announced by the company. If the company is regularly giving dividend, definitely the value of those shares would definitely increase. Again, the management profile. If you're having a very good educated management and all that, they know how to play the game, how to play safe in their company. Therefore, the value of shares will increase. The trade cycle, that is, it shows the various economic activities. During boom conditions, the share price would be at its peak, and during depression, they would be at the lowest. Speculation is another factor. Then the political factor depicts the ideology of the government, the policies of the government, that too has an influence on share price. Again, the industrial relationship between the owners and the workers will determine if there is a lockout strike, definitely it will affect the performance of the company, thereby it will affect the shares of the company. Stability of the government is also one of the factor which increases the share price. Again, general market sentiments. It is generally said that the sentiments move the market. If there is optimism, it would make a increase in the share price. But in case if it is pessimistic, then the share price would go down. Then action of institutional investors. That is also one of the factor which determines the valuation of shares. Now, there are different methods that are used for the valuation of share. The first method that we are going to talk about is the asset based approach. Now, when we talk about the asset based approach, it is basically asset minus liability. You consider the net worth. So, this approach is based on the value of the company's assets and liabilities, which includes intangible assets and contingent liabilities. Here, the company's net asset value is divided by the number of shares to arrive at the value of share. Now, here certain points have to be considered. One is all the asset base of the company, it includes current assets and liabilities, Fixed assets are included, and valuation of goodwill is a very important part, because once you value the goodwill, you take the value of the goodwill, bring it along with the assets, and then only you value the shares. Even unrecorded assets and liabilities are to be considered. Fictitious assets should be eliminated. So, this is how you calculate. You take the net assets minus preference share capital divided by number of shares. Now, the next method is the income based method. This approach is used when the valuation is done for a small number of shares. Here, the focus is on the expected benefit from the business investment, and the profit can be determined by using these other steps. One is you obtain the company's profit, obtain the capitalized value, and then calculate the share value. Now, capitalized value can be calculated as follows, that is, profit available for equity shareholders divided by normal rate of return into 100. And next method will be the market based approach. Here, under that, you have again, it is further divided into two, that is earning yield and dividend yield. So, under earning yield method, you can use these two formulas, that is expected rate of return. You have to find out the expected rate of earning using this formula, profit after tax divided by equity shares paid up value into 100. You find out this amount, and then you find out the value per share, that is expected rate of earning. That is, from this value you will put it here divided by normal rate into paid up equity. So this is how you do it under market approach. Now, dividend yield, under this method, shares are valued on the basis of the expected dividend, and expected rate of dividend is equal to profit available divided by paid up equity share capital into 100. So these are the different ways in which you will value the shares. Thank you.